I want to show you how to send your first welcome email to customers when they sign up and register for your new product, so you can welcome them and utilize it as a really good way to actually send them a promo or interacting with your customers in a deeper way. Let's take a look. Go to zootools.co and click on Try for free. Once we are in, create your first campaign or click on an existing campaign. Click on Emails, Transactional. Now, let's create a new transactional email for welcoming our customers from scratch. Click on transactional email, and the name it's going to be welcome to our product. Here, pick a name that both your developers and your marketing team can understand, can know. So try to be very human friendly. Let's click on select templates and let's choose one of the templates that we just created for you, but you can also create one from scratch. In my case, I want to choose a very simple email. So for example, this one, let's choose that one. And now I'm gonna track both when the user opens the email and when the user clicks on the email. For critical emails, we don't suggest you to actually enable tracking such as password resets, because spam filters may consider tracking emails as a potential indicator of spam. So let's click on create transactional email, and in this dashboard, we have multiple things to play around. The first thing, we are gonna modify the content of the email. Now, we can actually change the subject line. So for example, welcome to zootools. We can change the from and the reply to. So this is basically the actual sender that it's gonna show up in the email for customers. So in this case, Jorge from zootools. I'm gonna type Jorge from zootools. And I'm just gonna save this one. If you wanna send emails with your custom domain, we have another video explaining how to do this, but just click on add domain and follow the instructions. Let's click on edit email content. And now we are gonna just change this text. So for example, welcome to zootools. We can actually drag and drop. So for example, you are one of us, a real zookeeper, and you are not alone. You just join a community of 30K marketers and business owners. Of course, you can keep adding more things here. We can change the format, we can increase the text, and we can also add variables. So for example, if you want to say hi and the name of the customer, you can actually click on first name. That's going to be a variable that later on, when we call this API, we are going to replace. Let's change also the image. So instead of that GIF, I'm going to actually choose, for example, this cover, but you can add as many things as you want, and that's pretty much it. By default, we also add you this unsubscribe link. So this is a variable that we will create one unsubscribe link for every customer. I'm going to show you later. And something super important is actually to replace this with your custom address. So for example, address of my company. These two things, the address and the unsubscribe, is actually required by the anti-spam laws such as SpamCan and different things in Europe. So just make sure to don't delete them and keep them here. If you want to replace the Powered by zootools, you will have to upgrade to one of the paid plans. So let's click on Save Changes. And if we want to preview this email before enabling it, we can actually send one email to ourselves. So I'm going to click and say Jorge@zootools.co. I'm gonna replace, so all the variables that we added into the email, now we can actually replace to see how the email is gonna look like. So in my case, I'm gonna say Jorge, and we are actually gonna send this email. Okay, I just received the welcome to zootools email preview. And if you see this, oh my gosh, this is looking so good. Hi Jorge, you are one of us, a real zookeeper, so far and so on. Something important is that on previews, we don't actually replace the unsubscribe link. So this is something that only we will replace with the proper and the real email. Okay, so once we do this, let's close this, let's exit this, and let's actually take a look on how to send this email to our customers. Let's go to the setup instructions. And if you're a developer, congratulations, go ahead with this section. If you're a marketer and you don't know what to do with this, just ask your developers or send us an email at jorge@zootools.co or support@zootools.co. This is super simple. I'm going to use Postman, which is a free software to test APIs and to send emails like this. So we're just going to need to copy this URL, come to Postman, paste this URL here, and we are just going to replace the whole payload with this content here. As you can tell, the first name is anything that we can add. So for example, this could be Jorgito, and the email could be anything. So it could be Jorge, it could be anything that you want. And the name is basically the unique identifier that we use when we were creating this transactional email. Something very, very important. If you actually ever modify that identifier, so for example, let me actually show you. If I just send the email as it is now, it's gonna work great. We are gonna send the email and we are gonna receive this on our Gmail. There you go. Welcome to zootools. Hi, Jorgito. You are one of us. However, if you change this and say welcome product, which is a transactional email that we didn't create before, and we try to send, you will receive an error saying, no, this transactional email does not exist. So just make sure to never change that name once you create it. But if you change, make sure to be consistent. We add you here a warning to tell you like, hey, be careful with this because this will break the integration with your developers. So just make sure that you only do this when you're testing this out, not when you're actually enabling this for your end users in production. So now, since we have replaced to welcome product, click on send, it will be sent and we will receive this on our Gmail. There you go. Welcome to zootools. It's super magical that we can also use variables not only in the content of the email, but also in the subject line. For example, here we can say first name. We use this curly brace for variables, by the way. Soon we will be adding here like a adding variables thing, so it's more easy and straightforward to use it. But for example, first name, welcome to zootools. And now if you saved and we send the email, and in this case, instead of Jorgito, let's use Paul, for example, paul@zootools.co, and we'll click on send. Now I just got the email saying, Paul, welcome to zootools, and you see that everything in the email is actually replaced by Paul. That's all. Woo! In this video, we saw how to send your first welcome email to your customers. We have created a series called Email Marketing Course, so we're gonna show you all the secrets and all the things that you need to do to boost up your email marketing game. See you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!